reflection, restoration, and radiance. It's your time. It's your turn. It's your beauty treatment. Join us on the 26th of every month. Quiet, quiet, quiet. Beauty treatment. Beauty treatment. Healing.
Hey, welcome to today is February 26, 2026. And this is Why Beauty Treatment, where beauty is not surface, it is stewardship, where crowns are not accessory, they are assignments, where influence is not for display, it is for destiny, where refinement is intentional, where identity restore, and where influence is aligned. We are not here for performance, but we are here for transformation. I welcome every woman and men in this room tonight, every woman watching, every man watching, every woman seeking refinement. Today, we welcome you to 2026 Beauty Treatment. And tonight, we will enter with reverence, not for personality, not for performance, but for purpose. This is a space of alignment, a space of reflection, a space where we examine what the Spirit sit behind our crown. Yeah, we're going to do some examination today, okay? Our topic tonight is beauty that destroys versus beauty that protects. Because beauty is powerful, but power without alignment can be dangerous. Why do you say that? Well, let me give you some history on this queen. There was a queen in scripture, and her name was Athaliah, I think. Athaliah. She ruled Judah for 6 years. Did you all know there was a queen in the lineup of royalty? Yeah, she came from a royal line marked by idolatry. And when her opportunity came to secure the throne, she attempted to eliminate every heir, including her own grandchildren. She believed she had secured her position, but in the quietness of the temple, God preserved one child. But before we move forward, I want to give a little clarity, a little history about the queen named Athaliah. Athaliah was a queen of Judah in the Old Testament. Her story is recorded in 2 Kings 8:11 and 2 Chronicle 22 and 23. She ruled for 6 years and is remembered as the only woman to reign as the sole Marquis in the Judah history. She was the daughter of Ahab and Jezebel. She married into Judah royal line. And when her son died, she attempted to eliminate every royal heir, including her own grandchildren, to secure the throne. I want y'all to think about that, okay? Let's think about that, because some questions going to come up later. So She believed she had destroyed the covenant line, but God preserved one child hidden in the temple, one promise to protect, one covenant preserved despite the chaos. And tonight, we are not studying Athaliah to judge her. We are studying her to examine ourselves, because beauty without healing can destroy influence. Without alignment can damage. And authority without surrender can become dangerous. But there is another queen named Esther, a queen who protect covenant, a queen who risks herself to save others, a queen whose beauty was aligned with purpose. So, this is beauty treatment. We do not just wear a crown, we steward it, okay? We do not just carry influence, we refined it. Where we do not just seek position, we protect covenant. So, tonight, ask yourself, am I guarding positions, or am I guarding purpose? Am I competing with destiny, or protecting it? So, let's enter in. But before we do that, grab your journal. I need you to grab your journal for real. Paper and pen. Maybe something to drink. Oh, let me say this. Tonight, we doing something special. I want you, if you can, let's take communion together. So grab your bread, the body, in your blood of Jesus tonight. So tag, share, and see you in 60 seconds.
Welcome to Hazel Denise Housing Corporation and Resource Center, a safe haven where hope is restored, purpose is ignited, and lives are transformed. At HDH, we stand in the gap for young and young adults aging out of the foster care system, providing transitional housing, life skill training, mentoring, spiritual guiding. We nurture more than just needs. We build legacy, identity, and community, one life at a time. Our mission is rooted in love, led by faith, and covered in grace. But we can't do this alone. You can be the reason a young person finds stability, healing, and a future. Support the mission, sow into the transformation. Partner with purpose. To donate or get involved, email us at servicehDH@gmail.com. Hazel Denise Housing Corporation.
Oh my God, I've been talking all this time, people, and you all had me on mute. I'm just going away. I am so sorry. So I'm going to start this over again. Okay, let's start this over. Okay, welcome back. So we allowed to have bloopers, right? Oh yeah, we are. So tonight we are not talking about inner beauty, outer beauty. We are talking about influence. We are talking about power. We are talking about what kind of woman sit behind the crown. There are two types of queen in scripture. One who destroy legacy, one who protect legacy. And the difference was not beauty, the difference was alignment. Okay. Alignment. Okay. God is calling us in alignment with his will. It's some things going on in the earth right now. The power of darkness is increasing. It's always been here, but it's increasing. Okay, let me come back. So the foundation scriptures we are talking about tonight is 2 Kings 11 and Esther 4:14. Say this with me, write this in the comments, repeat this after me. Every woman in this room carry influence. The question is, what are you doing with it? Y'all want me to repeat that again? Every woman in this room, every man in this room carry influence. The question is, what are you doing with it? All right. Okay. Okay. I know you're doing something with it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's get to part one. Beauty that destroys. Athaliah. Who was she? Athaliah was a queen of Judah in the Old Testament. I said it earlier. I'm repeating it again for those who missed that part. One of the most controversial female in the Bible. Her story is recorded in 2 Kings, chapter 8 through 11, 2 Chronicles 22 and 23. She ruled Judah for 6 years, and remember, as the only woman who reigned as sole Marquis in Judah. Okay, my computer trying to die on me. Really? Give me a second. Okay. So sorry about that. So her background, she was the daughter of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel of Israel. She married King Jehoram. I'm just butchering these people's name up, these kings' name, of Judah, which formed a political alliance between Israel and Judah. She brought the influence of Baal worship into Judah. This is important. Athaliah came from a deep, adulterous royal line. Her spiritual influence mattered. How she took the throne. When her son, King Ahasuerus of Judah was killed, Athaliah did something shocking. She attempted to kill all the royal heirs, her own grandkids, so she could seize the throne. However, one of the children survived. Yeah. His name was Josiah. Was hidden in the temple by his aunt. Yeah. He was raised secretly for 6 years by the priest. His auntie kept him in secret. Athaliah believed she had eliminated the royal line of David, but God preserved a remnant. When we talk about Athaliah, we're not just talking about a woman who took a throne. We are talking about what was shed in the process. She eliminated the royal heirs. Innocent blood was spilled to secure power. Not a ritual sacrifice, but a positional sacrifice. She sacrificed the future to protect the present. Do you know anybody doing that right now? But Jesus shed blood, not to secure position, but to secure covenant. One blood rooted in fear, the other rooted in redemption. Now, let's talk about her downfall. After 6 years, the priest, the auntie, revealed young Josiah publicly. Josiah was crowned king in the temple. The people, they shouted, "Long live the king." And then Athaliah cried out, "Treason, treason." She was removed and executed outside the temple grounds because they didn't want to do it in the temple because it was in the temple. They had to take her out because the temple is a scarce place. It's a holy place where God dwell in, you know. And y'all want to know why we talking about her? Why she matter? She matter because power without covenant. Leadership without alignment, a threat to God's promise to David's bloodline. So let's go a little deeper. God had promised that the Messiah would come through the line of David. Athaliah's attempt to wipe out the royal heirs was an attack on the covenant. Yet even through political chaos and violence, God preserved one child, and the promise survived. I'm telling you, they was doing it. They was doing a lot. You know, you think the church, the church was acting up way back then. It was just a lot going on. Oh my God, they were so out of alignment. Oh, let me get back. Now, this where it get powerful. You don't study Athaliah just for history. You study her to understand the misused influence versus redeemed influence. You want me to break that down for you? Okay. Through the beauty treatment lens, she represents beauty without surrender, authority without accountability, power driven by fear, influence rooted in survival, a woman shaped by trauma and idolatry. Athaliah did not just want the throne, she wanted control. And when fear when leadership drove her into fear, destruction followed. She killed her own grandchildren to secure positions. That's not just evil, that's insecurity. This is unhealed beauty. Unhealed beauty. You would go to the extreme for a seat, for power, control, eliminated threat. This is unhealed beauty. I mean, attack legacy, fear being replaced. This is unhealed beauty. She tried to destroy the covenant line of David. But what she didn't understand is this: you cannot destroy what God has preserved. You can't. And I'm gonna bring it up to today's. You cannot destroy what God already preserved. Okay. Now, let's go to part 2 of this. we're going to go back to Esther. Beauty that protect covenant. For those who didn't follow Why Beauty Treatment 2024 through 2025, here is a brief breakdown. Who was Esther? Who was she? Esther was a Jewish woman who became queen of Persia during the reign of King Ahasuerus. Her story is recorded in the book of Esther. She is remembered not for seasoned power, but for using her position to preserve her people. Unlike Athaliah, Esther did not inherit the throne by bloodline violence. She was divinely positioned. Here's her background. Her Hebrew name was Hadassah. She was an orphan raised by her cousin Mordecai. She lived in exile under the Persian rules. She kept her Jewish identity hidden at first. Esther did not come from royalty. She came from a vulnerability. She was not raised in a palace. She was raised in displacement. That mattered. How she took the throne? Esther did not take the throne by force. After Queen Vashti was removed, a royal search began for a new queen. Esther was chosen, underwent a year of preparation, beauty treatment, purification, refinement. She found favor with king. She found king with Haggai. The officials, she just was finding favor everywhere, okay? She became queen, not through manipulation, but through positioning and favor. Later, when her people was threatened with oh Lord. They were about to be wiped out, okay? They was about to be wiped out by a hater. She risked her life by approaching the king uninvited, an act that could result in death. You can't go to the king, and I don't care if you is his wife. There's a way to come to the queen, that the king, or queen too, if she's ruling. You just can't come to the king any kind of way. Even the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. We have to posture ourselves to approach a king. But with King Jesus, we are invited anytime. So, Esther's famous words was, if I perish, I perish. And she stepped into influence when it mattered the most. Why she mattered. Courage under pressure, influence surrender to purpose, beauty aligned with covenant, strategy, wisdom, protection of legacy. She could have stayed silent and protected her position. Instead, she protected her people. Where Athaliah, why I keep on calling her Athaliah, attempt to destroy a generation to secure herself. Esther risked herself to save a generation. That is the contrast. What she represents: beauty surrendered to purpose, influence aligned with covenant, authority exercised with wisdom, power rooted in obedience, a woman healed enough to risk herself to others. Esther also had access to the throne, but she did not use it for control. She used it for protection. Athaliah tried to wipe out a generation to secure herself. Esther risked herself to save a generation. That is the difference. Okay? So, Athaliah, born into royalty, seized power through violence, trying to take out her heirs, rooted from insecurity, threatened covenant. Esther, born in exile, positioned through favor, protected her people, ruled from courage, preserved covenant. So, this is the revelation I got. Well, we got two different types of queen. Okay. In women, Athaliah, her energy was, I must survive at all costs. Esther energy was, I will lay myself down so others can live. Which energy do you got? Put it in the chat. What energy do you got? I must survive at all costs, or I will lay myself down so others can live. One destroy legacy, one protect legacy. One compete with destiny, one preserve destiny. And here, the hard truth. If trauma is untreated, Athaliah tendency shows up. If identity is secure, Esther authority shows up. Okay, now let me bring it to today's world, modern day, Athaliah. Okay, let me break this down. In today's world, this is how she appeared, especially in the church, because they didn't have a church back then, but they all represent God. That was his people, Israel, Judah. So, but I'm going to bring this in today's world, a modern day world, Athaliah, this and tell me if you're seeing some of this in today's world in the body. Okay, securing position at the expense of people, silencing emerging voices, competing with the next generation, leading from insecurity, protecting image over integrity, eliminating perceived threats instead of mentoring them, slandering, gospeling, won't let go of the torch, won't pass it. Leadership, survival by control, not by calling. That's what you call that. It fear replacement. It resists transition. Now, if you see some of that going on in today's world, let me know. It's not happening. It's not happening. Do you see in Athaliah's spirit growing in the body of Christ in the four walls? Well, let me talk about the Esthers of today. This is them. They understand timing. They pray before moving. They use access to protect others. They love, they mentor, raising voice. They risk comfort to preserve covenant, build environments of safety, speak life in others, and being your sister or brother keeper. Now, Esther leadership is not loud. It is steady. It does not compete. It covers. Now, I want y'all to think about that. Think about that until we go.
What if your past had a voice and it could finally speak? Let me introduce My Exes by Darrell Denise. It is not just a book, it's a powerful journey of truth, trauma, transformation, from a chaotic conception to surviving rejection and abuse. This is a raw, unfiltered look at life through the eyes of a woman who dared to confront her pain and expose the exes that once defined her. Not an ex-boyfriend, not a past relationship, but the exes that left a mark on her soul. Abuse, depression. But the story doesn't end in brokenness. because in every chapter, God revealed a plan, a purpose, and a promise of redemption. This is a spiritual surgery, not just for Darrell, but for every reader brave enough to face their own exes. Are you ready to heal, to break free, to introduce your truth without shame? Also include a devotional deliverance section for anyone wrestling with any kind of trauma and unforgiveness. This book isn't just my story, it might be yours too. I invite you to begin your healing journey. Scan the QR code, email me at DarrellDenisL@gmail.com, or order your copy now on Amazon. Let me introduce my exes. This is your moment for healing because your exes don't define you. They prepare you for the masterpiece you're becoming.
Let me take myself off of mute again. I don't know why it won't unmute me. So, ladies, and maybe some gentlemen are watching. We are about to go into some questions, and I need y'all to grab some paper and pen because I'm doing something a little bit different tonight. Okay, because I am not just teaching about a crown. I'm teaching about character right now. Okay, because character is all over the place in the body, and God selected chosen ones, and we got to get it together so we can go out there and make disciples, build people up, build one another up, but we can't do it broken. Okay. So, Athaliah, life is a warning and a lesson. Influence matter. What you bring into the house spiritually will shape generations. Because I'm not going to go deep into it, but before she came, her father Ahab and Jezebel started this idolatry, and it went on to generations, and that's why the promise Josiah had to be birthed, because he had to tear down all these generation curses I'm gonna bring it to today, in the church. It is some idolatry going on in the church. And so we, as living now for such a time as this, let's think about what is going on. Is our character in alignment with God? We need to examine ourselves. Trying to secure power outside of God will never last. God can preserve purpose even when systems collapse. As you can see around us throughout the world, in America, systems are collapsing day by day. For someone building environments especially for young people, especially for those who are aging out of broken system, her story is a reminder. Even when leadership fail, even when system become unsafe, God can preserve destiny in hidden places until the right time. Yeah. So, 1, insecure beauty is dangerous. Athaliah killed her own grandchildren to secure position. That insecurity, operating in power, an unhealed woman, attack potential, silence voices, eliminated threats. When fear sit on the throne, destruction followed. Number 2, trauma untreated turn into control. Athaliah came from Ahab and Jezebel house, in a house rooted in idolatry and manipulation. If trauma is not processed, it will project. project, not project, project. You cannot lead from a wound you refuse to heal. You can't do it. You cannot, I'm going to point number 3. You cannot destroy what God preserved. She thought she wiped out the covenant line, but one child survived. God will always preserve purpose, no matter who tried to eliminate it. You can't tie this to a woman who felt erased, overlooked, reject. Let me say that again. You can tie this to women who felt erased, overlooked, and rejected. Point number 1, we're going to Esther now. Secure beauty doesn't compete. Esther didn't fight for the throne. She was positioned. Secure women don't compete. They prepare. Number 2, covenant beauty risks comfort. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. She was willing to risk status to save a generation. That's healed authority. Number 3, purpose is bigger than preference. Athaliah protected herself. Esther protected people. One fought for position, one fought for the people. Okay? Now, y'all, let's shift. Let's do some inner examination within ourselves. Because sometimes destruction does not look violent. Not it look like comparison. Sometimes it look like insecurity. Sometimes it look like control. And if we are not careful, we can guard position instead of guarding purpose. So, question, self-awareness. When I feel threatened, how do I respond? Do I compete? Do I withdraw? Or do I control? Or over-explain myself? Or diminish others? Think about that. What do you do? So, number 2, another question for you. I want y'all to really think about this because, we got to get ourselves together. It's some work to be done. We got to go out there and make disciples. Souls are being lost. Where has insecurity shaped my decision in the past year? That's a question. Where has insecurity shaped my decision in the past year? I hope y'all writing this down. Okay. Question number 3. Have I ever guarded position more than purpose in the workplace, ministry, friendship, family roles? Have I ever guarded positions more than purpose? Workplace, ministry, friendship, family roles. Okay, I have a lot of questions tonight. What does control look like in my life, your life? Micromanagement, needing validation, fear of being replaced. What does it look like? What control look like? Let me say those again. Micromanagement, needing validation, fear of being replaced. I hope these questions don't apply to some of you all on this line. But if it do, there's nothing wrong doing a self-examination within. Number 5, who around me might feel silence instead of support? Have you ever silenced someone as a leader and they tried to speak up and you kind of played it off like you didn't hear them or moved on? because you thought they don't have nothing to say, they not smart, they not full of wisdom. Have you ever silenced someone instead of supporting them? Yeah. Yeah. So I want y'all, we finna renounce this Athaliah tendencies. Sometimes we have stuff when we don't even know it. I know I had some stuff going on with me and I didn't even know it. So it's nothing wrong to renounce some things. It may be in you, it may not, but hey. So let's renounce some stuff. Repeat after me. I release insecurity. I release comparison. I release control rooted in fear. I choose covenant alignment. I protect what God entrusts to me. So, did you all hear me? Or did I went on mute again? I don't know why this mic keep going on mute. Talk back to me. Oh my goodness. It's keep going on mute. Talk back to me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? My mic keep going on mute on its own, and I haven't even touched the computer. So, if you can hear me, here goes some questions. Let's do an honest inventory. Look at the list. Look at the list and see if anything applied to you. Control, withdraw, overperform, silence myself, support other, pray and wait, seek wise counsel. Write one recent situation where fear influenced your behavior. If you can see that, write what you think you need to work on. We doing an honest inventory right now. All righty, I'm about to switch. I hope you get it. So, 2026, we're going to do an alignment commitment. In 2026, I commit to protecting my peace, my family, my purpose, my integrity, my mentees, my assignment, my spiritual assignment. Yeah, we about to build some disciples. It's time for us to get in here and do the work. We got an army to build. I hope y'all got that. We got that. Now we go into last question. Write your personal declaration. And it start off, I will no longer blank. I will begin blank. My crown will represent blank. My crown will represent souls being one. My crown will represent restoration, rebuilding, renewing. I'm talking about my crown. My crown will represent love. Yeah. Yes. So I hope you all got these questions because it's time to do some examination within. All righty. So now we're going to take another 30-second break and we're going to close tonight out. Closing remarks.
Join us on March 26, 26. Why Beauty Treatment? As we start a new segment, Beauty Protected by Boundaries. Vestai teaches us the power of no. So, meet us there on March 26, 2026 at 8 p.m.
Oh, they're going to mail. So, in closing remarks, we're going to do covenant too. Before I do the closing remarks, let's go into communion. If you got your communion, because we talked about blood shedding tonight, it was a lot of blood shed in David's family, but and it's a lot of blood being shed in America right now. I don't know if y'all been listening to all these news reports, but seeing that children blood is being sacrificed, being drunk for sacrifice, missing children and whatnot. It's time for us to take our positions. That's all I'm going to say with that. I'm not going to go deep into that. But if you got your communion, I had mentioned it earlier, we are about to take communion, because all this blood shed, we got to remember the true blood that was supposed to be shed, early. We talked about blood shedding to secure a throne. Athaliah shed innocent blood to protect position, but Jesus shed innocent blood to protect covenant. One blood was rooted in fear. The other blood was rooted in love. One blood attempted to eliminate legacy. The other blood secured eternal legacy. So if you have your communion element prepared, are you ready to take it with me? Tonight, we are not coming to the table casually. We are coming intentionally, because covenant is not casual. Jesus said, "This is my body, broken for you." Not broken to secure position, broken to restore relationship. His body was not sacrificed out of insecurity. It was surrendered out of obedience. Take the bread. Father, we receive the sacrifice of Christ, not as a ritual, but as covenant. Refine us, align us back to you. Make us women, men who protect what your blood purchased. So if you have your bread, take it. Let's take it. Now, the cup. The cup represents the new covenant in his blood. This blood was not spilled to eliminate a generation. It was spilled to redeem generation. So, I'm lifting up my cup. Father, where fear has shaped us, wash it. Where insecurity has influenced us, cleanse it. Where pride had governed us, humble us. We choose covenant over control. We choose surrender over survival. We choose legacy over ego. So let's drink together. Because of this blood, we do not have to secure our own throne. He already secured our identity. This is beauty. So tonight, we are not choosing between two women We are choosing between two postures: fear or faith, control or covenant, survival or stewardship. Women, men of purpose. Hear me. When women and men of purpose, you have just been treated. Tonight was not about comparison. It was about clarity, not about performance, but posture. If something confronts you, good. If something refines you, that's even better. Because women of God, men of God, do not fear refinement. We embrace it. To every woman listening, to every man that's listening, you carry individual purpose. You carry individual assignment. There is no need to compete. There's no need to exclude. There is no need to silence another woman's voice. We rise together. We grow together. We protect covenant together. I don't know why I'm getting emotional about this, but I am. I don't. So I encourage you, share this session with another woman. Invite her into the room. There is room for all of us at the table of purpose. Once again, there's no need to silence another woman's voice. There's no need. We rise together once again. We grow together. We protect covenant together. So I encourage you. Once again, I encourage you to check your posture. Either you on Athaliah's side or you on Esther's side. Either you're going to kill covenant or you're going to protect covenant. But we must rise together. We must grow together and protect covenant together. So, as I close this out, peace and blessings to you until we meet again on the 26th of each month at 8 p.m. Adjust your crown, walk in alignment, protect what God entrusted to you, and remember, you have just been treated. Okay? Once again, I gotta say this again because we must get in alignment. To every woman listening tonight, you carry individual purpose. You carry individual assignment. There's no need to compete. So, until we meet again, you just been treated. God bless.